Hey Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me for your August readings. So as usual, we're going to do 2 readings, but I'm going to change up the spread for the first one and see how I like that. So please let me know. I would love to know how you feel about it. If you're like loving it or if you want to switch back to the old way, just let me know in the comments. But okay, we're going to jump right in, Scorpio. Spirit, what is Scorpio? Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. What do they need to know in the month of August for their highest good? What are they bringing to the table? What are the influences around them? What's going on around? What's going on within? Woo! Spirit's excited to talk for you. Okay. August. What are the challenges? What are the opportunities? Who are the characters? Spirit, what is the story for Scorpio in August? If a month is a chapter, how is this chapter looking for Scorpio? Wow, I just pull out a perfect... Yep, all right. Perfect 10. Okay, all right, Scorpio. Okay. Dang, okay. Disillusioned is the first word that they're giving me, Scorpio. I feel like some of you are quite disillusioned with something that you are going through / have just been through, because I'm seeing a little bit of struggle in the present, but I'm seeing the worst, I feel like the worst of it in the past. So I want to say, you know, for some of you, you're feeling a little left out in the cold, a little disillusioned, a little disenchanted, and it feels like a struggle. The Five of Pentacles here, look, like, let's not mince words, Scorpio. You're a brave sign. I know you can take the truth. And the Five of Pentacles sitting at the center of your reading says struggle. And so for some of you, it is very just literally financial. Like, oh my God, I'm working so hard and this is not enough money. Or it's like, okay, it's enough money, but I'm working my fucking ass off. And it's like, is it even worth it? Like, so there's kind of, they're giving me a couple different things with that. I definitely see the potential for improvement, though, for your money, okay? Sitting in the future is the Three of Pentacles, which is like building yourself a solid foundation, getting a win that points to a later victory, okay? It's like an early win, so it's not like, oh my God, and I won the lottery, and now my money problems are over. But it's like, okay, I got my bank account to where I wanted to get it. Now I'm going to pay down this credit card, or vice versa. Like, it's like I'm making progress. I'm making a plan and I'm executing it and I'm feeling stronger. And I really like to see this. This is showing up in the position representing what's going on inside of you. So you need to know, Scorpio, whatever you're going through this month that makes you feel left out in the cold, whether it's the literal poverty that we were just talking about, or if it's a sort of emotional poverty, like you feel wronged by someone, or somebody steps out of your life, or you're just, maybe you're even still in relationship with them or dealing with them, but they just make it hard. And you need to remember that you are the Nine of Pentacles, that you are, I mean, you know this about yourself. You're known publicly, like it's one of the most, if not the most powerful signs. You have the endurance. You have the strength. You do need to deal with this because, I mean, like, this is not, nobody wants to feel this, Scorpio, and nobody can brood like you. You know what I mean? And I think you know yourself, like, I'm not making fun. I've got a few really important planets and some powerful angles in Scorpio in my chart myself, even though I'm not a Scorpio. If you start looking at the crappy things in your life, it doesn't take half a minute for you to grab a black beret and turtleneck out of the closet and start doing some spoken word poetry about it. Like, Oh, and I understand. I relate. Let's get together sometime, berets, turtlenecks, and just do some sad spoken word poetry. It'll be fun. Very cathartic. And that would be so preferable to just like, you know, sitting in your room or staying stuck in your head looking at what is not working in your life, because that's what these two cards have in common, Scorpio. You know, the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles are both about some kind of poverty. It's like emotional and spiritual. And the other thing about both of these cards is they ask you to look at, you know, what are you looking at in your life? Are you... Look, Scorpio, I'm not trying to be Pollyanna positive here, but this is what they're telling me, okay? Can you see, besides the fact that there are both Pentacles cards, so there are coins in each of these cards, can you see what else these two cards have in common? It might take you a minute, but eventually you'll notice that there are two types of flowers growing at both of these figures' feet. Those flowers are still blooming in the snow, even in the Five of Pentacles. You have great ideas, great opportunity, great resources to take advantage of. So don't be so busy looking at the coins that are scattered in the snow, that like the things that you've lost out on, that you lose sight of what is growing. Despite everything, what's growing. And here, when you give them some sun and some attention, they're going to grow even higher, bigger, brighter, better. It's time to change some things up. Time for a little bit of moderation. Scorpio, for some of you, like, they just said this loud and clear, okay? So this is the part where I say, A, there's no judgment, neither from me nor from Spirit. Spirit loves you unconditionally, and they just want to see you happy. So anything that they say, it is always from a place of love. And B, that this does not apply to all of you. These are general readings, as you, I'm sure, know. And if this were one-on-one, I'm sure it would be very different. But they just said, for some of you, it's literally just like you're drinking too much, Scorpio. And I think that for those of you for whom that applies, you probably know it. Balance. Temperance is about moderation and balance and being like, okay, at the very least, with every glass of wine or beer or drink that I have, I'm going to drink a glass of water. Just a thought, you know, like at least, you know, keeping it mixed up. A little bit of moderation, a little bit more care is what is going to thaw out that cold of the Five of Pentacles. Somebody has betrayed you, Scorpio. I feel like somebody did you wrong, and it's coming through in a few different ways. For some of you, it is the classic, like, somebody fucking lied to you and cheated on you. And some of you, it's just like somebody broke your heart. Even if they didn't lie or cheat on you, they separated from you or left you. And, like, for some of you, like I said, it feels very romantic. For others of you, it feels like somebody sold this thing one way, and then you got there and it was a completely different situation, and you're like, what the fuck? Well, what do I do now? Like, you left me with this crap? I can't believe this. Like, but look, that's why they're telling you, remember who you are, remember how strong and how productive you are. And this is a great card for wealth too, okay? So if some of you are struggling with the money stuff, it's really important to think about, what are my skills? Some of you have skills that you can even, like, maybe you do something freelance, or it's like, if you just sew pot holders, sell your pot holders, okay? Like, do what you have to do. All of us have some kind of gift that we can hustle with if we need a little more money, okay? And it doesn't have to be, it could be fucking cleaning. And there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong or undignified about that. It's like, if I need 50 bucks and this person, my next door neighbor, needs their, you know, house cleaned, hey, if we can agree on a price, then, like, why not? I don't see any shame in that. And, like, Scorpio, I'm not saying you need to scrub people's floors. I'm saying we all have something to give, and it doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, my electrician training. Like, no, I know. I want to pull another card. Just want to get a little bit of clarity. Spirit, what is this Eight of Wands bringing in for Scorpio? Something coming in fast this month. What is it? Invitation, opportunity, what is this about? A chance to confront. And I was feeling that with that Knight of Swords floating on top. It's time to have words with somebody who is treating your feelings with very little regard. Somebody who is just like expecting too much and doing whatever they want. If you are feeling disenfranchised by someone, you may need to have that conversation. Like, the key to your reading is justice, and justice is about what is going on karmically right now and how can I bring it into balance. What is out of balance and how do I bring it into balance? And here, you know, this card always reminds me of you, Scorpio. The High Priestess. Trust your intuition. If you feel that something is wrong, trust yourself. And look, like, I know, that's like a can of worms, right? I'm not saying if you think something is wrong, then you're absolutely right about like whatever it is and you should just act without any kind of like confirmation. No, but I'm saying if, for example, you feel like you're with somebody who's behaving in a shady way, it's better for you to have the conversation, okay? Like, it's better for you to trust your intuition and act upon it than to have your intuition not act upon it and keep yourself like frozen here, okay? You're gonna get some opportunities this month to improve things, but part of that improvement is like setting things right and making things fair, and it starts with you. That if you feel like you're being treated unfairly, you need to do what you need to do to feel empowered again. Because I feel like a disempowerment, disenchantment here, and you're too powerful for that, Scorpio. And you are also, just the same as you're the sign of power, you're the sign of transformation. You're the sign of alchemy. Lead to gold. You've probably heard me say that before. You can take this lead and make it into gold, okay? Be honest with yourself, and then be honest with the people around you. Don't be afraid to confront this. The Seven of Wands says to me, yeah, you're dealing with a lot, but if anybody has the strength to take on 6 wands with 1 wand, it's you, Scorpio. And this is also a card that is normally portrayed as like, you have the higher ground. Which is why, you know, I'm kind of telling you, like, trust your intuition. Like, I'm really feeling like some of you have a sense about something and you're right. So whether it's your boss or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or partner or whomever that is treating you unfairly and making you feel less than or just like you don't have enough, it's time to have a conversation about it. It's time to bring it into balance, okay? Trust yourself. The High Priestess says watch and wait, and that you're going to know when the right time is to have that conversation. Like, you're pretty fucking empathic and intuitive, Scorpio. I'm not worried about it. Okay. Let us see how this plays with your Fiercely Focused spread. Making some karmic decisions this month. And by karmic decisions, I mean, I'm looking at that Justice card and thinking like something is unjust and it needs to be brought into balance. And that is going to help you build a better foundation for the rest of your life. That is going to make you feel like, okay, now things are going in a way that I want them to go. Now I'm building something. Now I'm making something of what I have. But there is a confrontation. Okay. So let's see, what is the theme? If you've never been here before, Scorpio, this is just a quick 5-card spread to look at a theme for your month, the archetype that you're either embodying or dealing with, and then the action steps that Spirit wants you to take for your highest good, to enjoy your best life when it comes to money, love, creativity, everything. All right. So, Spirit, what does Scorpio need to know in the month of August for their highest good? What is the energy that they are most working with or embodying this month? What do they need to know? What do they need to... Wow. And there's your card. There's your card, Scorpio. What were they saying? Something has to end, and you didn't even have like 10 of Swords or the Death card, but something has to end. Something, an unhealthy association has to end. And that's not a bad card, the Death card, but I want to pull a clarifying card. Like, what is this? Okay, Spirit. So death. Scorpio is very comfortable with putting things to death that aren't working. But what is that death leading toward? What is coming from the ashes? What is Scorpio expecting in August? Wow. Resurrection. How about that? Jeez, you can't make this shit up, Scorpio. Death. What follows your quote-unquote death, you putting an end to something, is resurrection, awakening, enlightenment, like walls breaking down, you know, Gabriel blowing the horn, bringing the dead back to life. You couldn't ask for a much better card than that to follow death. You will feel like you have come back to life if you have these discussions and make these decisions that you know that you need to make. Because look, here's the thing, is they're telling me it's not like every Scorpio who marches into their boss's office and says like, this is unfair and you're not paying me enough and I need this and I've been doing this, this and that. Not everyone ends with like sweeping music and you getting a promotion and your boss, you know, groveling at your feet and admitting their mistakes. It might end with some of you walking out of there with your head held high, like, cool, good, okay, you're not going to change, I got it. And walking out, either walking straight out of the building, like, okay, I'm done, or walking back to your desk like, cool, so I can withstand another 6 weeks here, so that's, better start saving some money and looking for some new jobs. Or have that conversation with your partner and like they said, some of you it may be the awakening and the wake-up call and you might fix things. Or if the person reacts in a way that you know is shitty and wrong, you are going to be very awake to that and like, cool, got it. And you can act in a completely different way. It's time to like shift a cycle, okay? Whatever disenchantment you're experiencing, Scorpio, it's time for you to enchant yourself. It's time for you to enchant the life that you want. You get swept away by your passions, but you just need a little reminder of how powerful you are, and that if you choose to not be swept away anymore and you choose to like plant your feet, the river will rush around you because you are that strong, okay? You can put a stop to something if you want to, and only if you want to. I can understand sticking around for some more exquisite pain, exquisite torture. It's okay if you want to do that too, no judgment. But if you do want out and you do want to change this feeling and this disenchantment, you absolutely can. It's by making a judgment and a commitment and making things very clear, first to yourself, then to others, okay? Okay. So now let's look at your money. Jobs, resources, opportunities. What is it that Scorpio needs to know in the month of August? Is there a person, a situation, an opportunity that you want to highlight for Scorpio in the month of August? Beautiful. Another wealth card. Very nice to see, particularly after the Five of Pentacles. Spirit is saying mentor. Some of you have a mentor or just a friend that you look up to the degree that they could be a mentor, who is very productive, very good with their money. This person is generous. This person helps cultivate the skills and the money of others. So some of you, the boss or whomever that you might need to have a talk with, might be very benevolent and very kind and very understanding. And for others of you, this is somebody more like a friend who can help you, like, oh, here's how you can save money, or here's a website where you can find out like how you can hustle or do some work and make some money or whatever. This person is an ally. I feel like get with this person. This person may be like a business person in their own right, like they run their own thing or they have a successful side hustle. This is somebody who can help you with your money, basically. Like whether this is somebody who's going to be your new boss, or this is the boss that you're going to speak to this month, or this is somebody who can help you ascend into that Queen of Pentacles type position where it's like, oh, I have more than enough, so much that I can support everybody that I love. Either way, it's a fantastic card, especially, like I said, coming after you're dealing with like Five of Pentacles of like, am I struggling? Like, am I just working and working and working and feeling like it's never enough? Or alternatively, am I working for not enough money and therefore it just really literally isn't enough? Okay, so let's look at your mental game this month. What are you speaking about, hearing about, thinking about, or who are you hearing from? Is there a conflict? Is there a situation that Spirit wants to make you aware of in the month of August, Scorpio, for your highest good? Lightening your load. Yep, some of you are quitting jobs. That's what I'm feeling. And if you're not like quitting in August, it might be like I said, where you walk back to your desk after the talk and you're like, cool, so I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Even if it takes 2 or 3 months or whatever, I'm out. Like, judgment. I've made the commitment. I'm getting the fuck out. Partial success, Scorpio. So you will take something from this experience. Again, whatever the unfair or betraying experience is, you are going to take something good with you, is what they're telling me, and leave the bullshit behind. And I'm going to tell you this, like, don't feel guilty, because this is just... If you had other cards of like you're being selfish, or cards of, you know, anything like that, I would say that. Doesn't feel that way. It feels like it's right for you to leave behind a situation where you have been already betrayed more than once. That's what they're saying. Okay. Heavy stuff. I know. All right. Let's see. Scorpio, I don't expect anything different from you, right? Like, passionate, deep sign. Okay. But now let's look at your element. Let's look at the cups. Let's look at water, love, relationships, emotions. Is there a certain kind of love, Spirit, that you want to highlight? Romance, family, friendship, person, or a situation that Scorpio feels deeply about? What do they need to know in August? What's coming up in the emotional realm for Scorpio to act on in August? Beautiful! I love this! Oh, especially after, you know, like death and resurrection and like all of this betrayal and sadness. That disillusionment has enormous potential to fade into like enlightenment and like I said, getting re-enchanted with your life. I love this, Scorpio. This is happiness. This is love. And this is not just any love. This is like long-lasting. Like, I feel like for some of you, your family is coming in to support you. For others of you, this is the family that you have chosen and created for yourself. But there is a real sense of camaraderie and love and like sharing and appreciation coming to you in August. You feel safe. So if there have been people or situations in which like you haven't felt safe, I feel like that is something that you're changing by making this commitment and having this awakening, by taking, you know, taking what you can carry, what's yours, and leaving and leaving behind what's not yours. You're freeing yourself up for real joy and real love, okay, by doing that. That's what Spirit is saying. So again, like, I feel like you feel at least a hint of this in August, but it's like, if you are not already feeling like, oh my God, I'm in love with my life, like this is amazing, it's coming. It's coming. You just have to do what is right for yourself. Like, do what is right. And that's what they're saying with the Justice card that came up for you before. It's not just about like doing what feels good or doing what you feel passionate about. It's about doing what is right. It's about saying, like, I recognize objectively that's unfair. Like, what that person said or did, that's unfair, that's not right. Like, I need to do something because I'm not going to be treated like this. That's the kind of feeling they're giving me. You're going to feel so happy. Like they said, you're going to walk out 9 of Pentacles, like, whatever the result of the argument or the discussion is, because it's like, I'm taking my power back. I refuse to be, like, dead on my feet in this relationship or in this job. I'm taking my power back. Very big, very strong. I love that, Scorpio. Okay. So finally, let's look at what's lighting you up. What's charging and electrifying you. Wow. Okay. All right. Very electrified. Left right out of my hands. Okay. Beautiful. What did they just say about, like, it hasn't been in vain? And that's what I see when I see this card with my hair on it. The 9 of Wands, you know, this guy is a little battered and bruised, but he is also the victor who actually got to walk off the battlefield. And he has taken all the weapons of the people that he has come up against and arranged them, even maybe planted them like trophies. Your skills are only going to grow as a result of the fight that you're going through this month. And it is like basically saying, if you have the endurance, if you can continue, if you can keep your head up, you will get to the other side. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Nines are about being right on the precipice of something. You know, and then you have the Ten of Cups, like nines and tens. You're quite close to a breakthrough. So don't be afraid to lighten your load and let go of things that aren't yours, because then you will get to where you're trying to go faster, easier, and more gracefully, Scorpio. Love it. You're transforming your life this month, okay? So be honest with yourself, be honest with other people. You're having a level up, and when you have a level up, that involves some uphill climbing, okay? So don't let the struggle discourage you. Let it tell you, like, if I'm struggling, that means that I'm getting to a higher peak, okay? Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Scorpio. Thank you for listening. I really hope that your readings are helpful for you. If you have questions or comments, please let me know below. And if you ever want to book a personal reading or find me on social, all that stuff is in the description box. Thanks, Scorpio. And if I don't see you in another video, hope I see you in September. Bye.